back to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. Republicans, of course, had a very narrow path for their candidate to win the White House at the beginning of the evening, but as the evening moved along, Donald Trump picking up more and more wins, more and more electoral votes. That path is now much wider, and things looking much better for Donald Trump tonight.
Let's go to Aaron Drawhorn. He is live at the Republican Party at the Convention Center. Aaron?
Yeah, Dean and Jessica, I can tell you there was a huge applause here because we have it on Fox News here. It is a Republican event, and they have called Florida for Donald Trump, putting his electoral votes 216 ahead of Hillary Clinton at 202. Let me show you some reaction from earlier. The momentum really shifted once some of these states were called for Donald Trump. A big one, Ohio. A Republican always needs the state of Ohio, according to history, to win the White House. Then North Carolina was called by Fox just a few minutes ago. That really kept the momentum going. And then at the top of the hour, the state that some outfits are still not calling just yet, but Florida again called for Donald Trump. That really is keeping the momentum going. I can tell you 4 years ago, I was in a swing state, Nevada, covering the Mitt Romney campaign. I was with a multi-billionaire who had donated millions of dollars to the Romney campaign, Sheldon Adelson, a big casino owner. This party here in New Mexico really has an upbeat mood. That party 4 years ago was a much different story. Stay tuned. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Again, Clinton 9 points, something that was expected here in the state. But it may mean nothing in her for the bid for the White House. Donald Trump is on the cusp of winning the race tonight, as we just mentioned. They're getting ready to celebrate a Donald victory downtown at the Convention Center, where the Republicans are gathered tonight. That's where we find News 13's Aaron Drawhorn.
Jessica, Dean, the mood really has been upbeat here all evening long. As I told you earlier, a far cry from when I covered the Republican presidential race 4 years ago. Let's go live now to Tucker Keene. He is the communications director for the state party, Republican State Party of New Mexico. Tucker, what are you guys waiting on now? Which key states are you banking on?
Well, Nevada's still out in Arizona, but and I guess Michigan and Pennsylvania are still tied. Trump's looking very good in both of those. If we won Wisconsin, Republicans have won Wisconsin in almost 30 years. So that is just, that is fantastic news. And you can feel the energy in the room tonight. This is really, we feel just fantastic that Trump is going to pull this out.
Yeah, you guys really do believe that. And there's a headline on the Drudge Report right now, Trump on the verge of presidency, world in shock. So people here are really ready to get across that magical number.
Yep, and we're almost there. We're almost there, and I think we will be within, by the end of the night for sure. We'll be victorious.
Okay. We'll check in with you in a few minutes. Thank you, Tucker, very much for that. We should note this: one notable Republican here in New Mexico who's been absent from this gathering is Republican Governor Susana Martinez. Of course, she was not exactly a supporter of Donald Trump from the get-go with this campaign. We're still awaiting to hear from the governor, depending on how the night goes here. But we'll throw it back to you.
Aaron Drawhorn reporting live from downtown with the Republicans who are celebrating a very strong night and a surprising night. Donald Trump ahead of Hillary Clinton right now in the Electoral College, and it looks like he may be on the path to winning the White House, and we could know that in the next hour or so.
And of course, join us on News 13. Switch over to Channel 13. We'll have more coverage, live reports coming up next at 10.
We'll see you there.
By more than 1.5 million votes in the popular vote tonight.
The all-important Electoral College, the electoral votes, Trump right now with 238 to Hillary Clinton's 209. She has trailed throughout the evening, and it looks more and more probable that Donald Trump will defeat her tonight for the presidency.
He was able to carry some major battleground states such as Ohio, Florida, that a lot of people thought would go to Clinton. So again, we're just waiting for some final races to be called.
In fact, right now we're waiting for the Wisconsin numbers. Wisconsin is where Trump is leading Hillary Clinton, something of a surprise, by about 3 points right now, with 78% of the vote already counted there. So if that state falls in the Trump category, it looks like he will, in fact, win the White House tonight.
And of course, as expected in New Mexico, Clinton did win very easily with double-digit lead.
And Republicans have been celebrating the momentum throughout the evening, and now they are more and more encouraged that their candidate will win.
Let's go out to Aaron Drawhorn. He's live at the Republican Party at the Convention Center. Aaron?
Well, we went into this evening here thinking that New Mexico would go blue. After all, this state has voted blue since 2004 is the last time it went Republican. But we could immediately tell there was a lot of optimism here in this room here at the Albuquerque Convention Center, especially when a lot of those key swing states were called early on for Donald Trump. The room really went crazy, especially with that critical call in Ohio, North Carolina, Florida, and later on in the evening, Wisconsin. A lot of people just ecstatic about that. We can tell you, though, as we mentioned before, one person who has not been here at this GOP party is Republican Governor Susana Martinez. She has had her issues with Donald Trump from the beginning of his campaign and has been critical of some of his comments. So we're awaiting comment from the governor to see what will happen here, depending on how the ultimate vote turns out. But according to the projections right here in this room, Trump 254, Clinton 209, and you can hear the familiar refrain behind me that we've heard all along in this campaign about Hillary Clinton. Lock her up, lock her up. We'll hear from the state director of the Republican Party coming up in just a couple of minutes. Back to you.
All right, Aaron, thank you.
Now, Democrats elected in New Mexico, Hillary Clinton easily winning by 8 points here. Gary Johnson, though, picking up 9% of the vote.
And Republicans across the state have been celebrating as they watched Donald Trump pull off what looks like be a major upset, a stunning upset tonight as he took state after state, including Florida, Ohio, as I mentioned, on the verge of taking some other very important states, including Wisconsin.
Let's go out to Aaron Drawhorn. He's live at the Republican Party at the Convention Center. Aaron?
Yeah, this has been an upbeat party all evening long here at the Albuquerque Convention Center, especially as some of those key swing states started coming in. I want to bring in live right now Todd Johnson. He is the state director for the Donald Trump campaign. First, Todd, your reaction to the momentum we've seen all evening long here for Donald Trump.
Oh, I can tell you right now, here in New Mexico, we're super excited about nationwide. We're 16 away. You know, Michigan comes through for us real quick. We're going to be able to celebrate the next 4 years with Donald Trump. And better yet, we got next 40 years of the Supreme Court. So I can tell you the atmosphere that's going on right here, we're super pumped. We're super excited. The American people are speaking right now. We're just waiting for that to put us over the threshold and to see where we're at.
Are you expecting a victory to come in the coming hours, or could it be, as we've seen in past elections, where it takes a little longer for the final votes in those key states to be tallied?
That's a great question. Who knows? You know, it depends on what's going to happen with Michigan right now. We got Arizona coming down, so Pennsylvania. So we got a few more states that it could come down soon, or we could be over a couple more hours, but who knows? But we're going to hang on. We feel very confident what's going on right now.
Okay, before we let you go, I want to ask you a question about the governor of New Mexico. She's a well-known Republican, Susana Martinez. She did not come out and support Donald Trump. In fact, throughout this campaign, she had her criticism for Donald Trump, most recently with that Access Hollywood tape. What's your message to Governor Martinez if indeed Donald Trump becomes president?
Well, it's not so much a message to the governor. I respect her, but at the end of the day, what I'm more proud about right now is what the GOP, the Republican Party of New Mexico, and Debbie Maestas, our chairman, what they've been able to do and help us to put Donald Trump over the top. Given that there's a lot of people throughout this, the nation that probably didn't come forward, didn't step the best foot forward to be able to want to say I support Donald Trump. But at the end of the day, we're going to win. We're happy. We can't look at the people that didn't help us. We're going to look at the people that were on board with us, and we're proud of what the GOP's done here, and we're super proud of what electing Donald Trump as the next president.
Todd, thank you very much for joining us live here, and we'll check in with you as developments warrant, and especially if any of those key races are called. That's the latest from here at the Albuquerque Convention Center. Dean and Jess, I'll throw it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Now taking a look at the battle over at the state